Hi, my name is Jesseline, and this is a video about triangles. We're particularly going to talk about the triangle inequality theorem, okay? Because geometry, again, has all these theorems and postulates that you have to know, and so I'm kind of splitting those up so we can kind of remember all our theorems. So this is the triangle inequality theorem. The triangle inequality theorem says the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. So if I have a triangle and A, B, C, it says the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. So A plus B has to be greater than C. The sum of any of the two sides has to be greater than that third side for it to make a triangle. So in this case, if I said that this was 3, this was 5, and this was 6, then the two shorter sides, their sum has to be greater than the longer side. So the two shorter sides, 3 plus 5, is it greater than the largest number? Yes, that is true. So that can make a triangle, okay? So the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the length of the third side. So in this case, let's find the range of the third side. So given a triangle with sides of lengths 3 and 7, so we have a triangle and we're given the length sides 3 and 7, and it says find the range of possible values. Let's say, so the first thing, there's two scenarios. We can say that 7 is the longest side, or we can say that 7 is one of the two shorter sides. So let's do our first scenario where 7 is the longest side, okay? So 7 is the longest side. So that means that 3 plus the other side has to be greater than that longer side. So we solve this inequality. If you don't know how to solve inequalities, please go check out my video. So we solve this inequality and we get B has to be greater than 4, okay? The second scenario is that 3 and 7 are the shortest sides. And so then in that case, their sum has to be greater than the longest side. So 10 is greater than C, or C has to be less than 10 when I write it with the variable on the left side. So in this case, if we know that they were 3 and 7, the only possibilities would be between 4 and 10. 4 and 10. So we can rewrite that and say it's going to be between 4 and 10, and I can use any variable. Okay, it's going to be between 4 and 10 because the two shorter sides always have to add up to be greater than the longer side. So let's see about this. Let's see if we have a triangle and we have 4, 2, 10. The two shorter sides, 4 plus 2, is it greater than 10? 6 is greater than 10. This is not true. So these can actually not make a triangle because the two shorter sides are not greater than that third side. Okay, let's look. So the theorem says if one angle of a triangle is larger than a second angle, then the side opposite the first angle is larger than the side opposite the second angle. So here's the deal. If I have a triangle, so what that theorem is saying, so we have the triangle inequality theorem and then we have this theorem. So let's say 4, 5, and 7. This can make a triangle because 4 plus 5 is 9 and 9 is greater than 7. So what this is saying is that the shorter side is always opposite, I'm going to name this triangle, ABC. So the shorter side is always opposite of the smallest angle too. So in this case, if I wanted to list the angles from least to greatest, it would be angle B, then angle A, and then angle C. Angle C would be the greatest angle because it is opposite the largest side. So whatever's opposite of that side is the order it goes in. So opposite of the largest side. A would be second because it's opposite of the middle. Okay, in the middle. So that theorem is saying, let's say that you had to prove that angle C was greater than angle A. Well, you could use this theorem because you could say, I could prove that angle C is greater than angle A because angle C is across from the larger side. So 7 is larger than 5, which means that C is larger than A. So that is what that theorem is stating. Okay, so these are corollaries. And so so this is just kind of other things that you can use to prove they're not theorems. So, but what it's saying is that the perpendicular segment from a point to a line, so from this point to a line, is the shortest segment from the point to the line. So if I have that, and I make my triangle, this will always be the shortest segment. So that it's perpendicular, okay? So that will always be the shortest segment. That is what that's saying. And then it's the same thing for if this was a plane. If this was a plane, and this would always be the shortest segment too. The perpendicular segment from a point to a plane is also the shortest segment from the point to a plane. There you go. And that is it about the triangle inequality theorem. Thank you for watching.